back to Warriors Tourney Investigations 2. Last time we left off, we did a super long section of middle part 2. Now we're going to do, or middle part 1, and now we're going to do middle part 2. So let's go. Oh, right. He ran away? Is that why we're over here or something? I don't remember. John. So that guy was my dad. He found out about his own birth so suddenly. And furthermore, his newfound father is no longer in this world. I'd always been searching for my dad. John. I get it, alright. He's the president. I know it's a complicated situation, but we even met face to face during the filming. So then why? Huh? Why didn't he tell me who he really was? I'm sorry, John. Mom, you don't need to apologize. No matter how you look at it, it's all my fault. Yesterday, I broke my promise with you and didn't even notice the fire on the roof. So I destroyed everything. I crushed it all. My dad, and those flowers that my mom carefully grew. John, please, for now, just don't think about anything. Just stay like this for a little while. Just for a little while, okay? The bond between a parent and child. That's the meaning behind lion lilies. I know it's not my style, but that flower is from Zhang Fa. However, we have no means of protecting that bond. Agent Lang, allow me to say this. This case won't be solved by sentimentality alone. Therefore, shouldn't we do all that we can to solve it? Yeah, you're right. The recreation of the past is finished. Were your father's deductions correct? My old man took his deductions to the grave. He never told anyone about them. So who knows if they are right or not. In that case, what about your own deductions? I'd like to hear what you think happened based on the recreation. In order for us to get closer to the truth of 12 years ago. Yeah, I was thinking it's about time. I can see it now. My old man's back, real close. I'll catch up to him, for sure. To the truth that my old man uncovered. Truth of the SS5 incident. There's no mistake that the president went to the orphanage. The stuffed toy is proof of that. He was planning to meet with Amy Marsh. However, the president was kidnapped, and Cameron just happened to witness it. If Cameron hadn't been there, it probably would have just been a kidnapping with no murder. Afterwards, the body was moved to the flower beds and a fake photo was taken. Was that what really happened 12 years ago? Huh, okay. However, there's one thing I still don't get. Something you don't get? It's this. Why did they need to take a fake photo? Why would they go through all that trouble and even make the president take part in the photo? I think that's true. However, the answer to that riddle must lie somewhere within. Once we go past the layers upon layers of deductions, we shall surely reach it. Yeah, that's right. I'd like to hear your deductions as well. I think they did that so that it wouldn't be on the orphanage ground, so you couldn't prove that it was Patricia did it. Oh, wait, no, this. There we go, of course. If the eyewitness, Cameron, had not been there, no murder would have taken place. Is that really the case? The criminal's goal is only to kidnap the president. If there were no witnesses, there would have been no need to commit murder, right? And what if Cameron wasn't the only one who was murdered? There was a large bloodstain near the flower beds. However, Cameron was murdered. Near the snowman, ergo, this bloodstain could not have belonged to Cameron. Someone else's blood was spilled, and quite a vast amount at that. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Do you have any idea what you're saying? I do. It's hard to believe. However, that is what the evidence indicates. On that night, 12 years ago, there were 2 murders. Are you saying the other murder was covered up? Who the heck could have been killed? Wait. Wait. Are we gonna try and say that the president was actually killed that day, and this entire time it's been someone else? A murder that was cleverly concealed, all traces of it were erased, and the incident itself was completely deleted from the case files. However, there's one piece of evidence that still remains intact after 12 years. This piece of evidence shows that something happened that night. The drawing. Dogen was there, at least. The other murder incident was buried in the dark by blazed at best. However, there's still one piece of evidence that remains. Agent Lang, it survived by your father's hands. My old man, you say. Please recall. There was one more thing that was hidden along with the traces of the murder. And that is the existence of the boy who caused the fire. Why did Blaze make the boy disappear? It's because he saw something that he wasn't supposed to see. What was the thing that he wasn't supposed to see? Everything is drawn in this picture. The drawing my old man had. The person drawn on the right is most likely the president. The Muzilla doll is also drawn near him. And the person standing opposite him is Siren Dogen. Where is he? Yep. A man with a knife and a large black dog. He's none other than Siren Dogen. What? The assassin? Why would an assassin appear before a president? The answer is clear. Indeed, what occurred that night on the orphanage grounds 12 years ago is not... And now everything Shelley the Killer said makes sense. My target was a fake, it wasn't the real president, and I understand the truth of this case, everything. If this president is not the real one, and he was actually killed 12 years ago, it was not a kidnapping, it was a presidential assassination. Then Miss Rowland and Blaze were... Yes, those two were likely partners in crime. One furnished the orphanage to use as the scene of the incident, and the other covered up the young boy's testimony. It's likely that Mr. Cameron was murdered because he witnessed the assassination itself. After all, the kidnapping never actually happened. Stop messing around! You're saying that the president was assassinated 12 years ago? We just found his body today. He's been alive until now. That's right. I mean, we met him ourselves. If the president was assassinated 12 years ago, and the president's body was found today, that would imply there were two presidents. Yeah, that can't be right. Are you sure about that? There is the possibility that there were two presidents. That's right. Up until now, I've been getting a strange feeling from the president. Even so, I still respect the man. ZachSongZ is a small country, but he carried the nation with his strength. The image of President Huang that Agent Lang described is, yeah, you are wrong. He reveals his true form. Differs far too greatly from the President Huang we know. It's as if they were two entirely different people. If there were, in fact, two ZachSongZ presidents, exactly how would such a scenario be possible? What would make the existence of the two presidents possible? The president had a twin brother. One of them was a body double. If we were to assume that one of them was a body double, would it be possible then? A body double? President Huang possessed immense power and authority in ZachSongZ. I'm sure there were those who envied his position and made attempts on his life. Yes, just as he was attacked a few days ago at Gold Lake. It's true, there were those who sought Huang's life from time to time, but I can't easily believe there are two presidents, at least not without any evidence. Do I have evidence that proves there were two presidents? Has Agent Lang not noticed this contradiction? Or has he noticed it but can't admit it? What is it, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't shout something out only to suddenly clam up. According to the recording on the doll, the president visited the orphanage at midnight. However, that should not have been possible. Huh? Why's that? Why? Because at the time, the president should have been at the embassy. He was together with Agent Lang's father. So Agent Lang, he really did notice. He was in two places at the same time. Ergo, there must have been two presidents. Then, which of the two was the real president on that day 12 years ago? Most likely the one who died. Who contracted Dogen to murder Huang? In order to learn that, first, we must have a look at the evidence we that we proved was false earlier. And the piece of evidence we know to be false is the picture. So let me get that. There it is. The photo taken with Cameron's camera was taken after he was murdered, and he was murdered because he witnessed the presidential assassination. In other words, the photo must have been taken following the assassination. Given that, who is the president pictured in the fake photo? We must consider him to be the body double. In other words, the body double had the real president murdered and then took his place. Oh, wait, someone else said that. Sorry, I don't know who that was. Was that me? Maybe I said that. Patricia Rowland and Blaze must cooperate in that plan. Hold it! Huang's body was never found. Just where could it have disappeared to? The answer to that is already quite apparent. This is where the real president's body was. Oh, good lord. Oh, the footprints. Last night, there was something Blaze had to unearth with his own 2 hands. The item was not the ransom. It was something far more important. Ah, so Blaze buried the real president's body. The possibility is quite high. What'd you say? Bones from the body buried 12 years ago would have still remained. According to Mr. Powers, construction was to begin soon at this lot. That was the deadline, both for the movie and the retrieval of the body. Because they would have found the body when they started the construction. Agent Lang, let us search the footprints that Blaze dug up. Yeah. If the body was buried there, there'd be traces of it. Hey, somebody call forensics. I have the results of the search. We found traces in the dirt that suggest a body was buried here. So it was Huang after all. We also recovered the skeletal remains that Blaze the Best dug up. They were in his home. In addition to the bone structure, the dental records and the bone fractures all match up. We can confirm that it was indeed President Huang. So the real President Huang was indeed killed 12 years ago. The SS5 incident was a murder. Holy crap.
So the SS5 incident was actually a murder incident. But there's so much information, it's way too confusing.
Indeed, let us take this opportunity to review the details of the case.
First, the real president came to the orphanage, right?
Yes, okay. 12 years ago, the true President Huang visited the orphanage in order to meet his son. The footsteps in the snow that we thought belonged to Mr. Cameron were most likely made by the president at the time. Ah, President Huang was supposed to meet his son here. Who's D? However, oh, Dogen. The one who actually showed up was the assassin, Siren Dogen.
He came here to meet his son, but was murdered instead. How horrible.
A man like Dogen shows no mercy. And after that, the second tragedy occurred.
You mean Mr. Cameron's murder?
Indeed, Mr. Cameron saw the decisive moment. After the real president was killed by Dogen, his body was carried to the rear courtyard by the team of kidnappers. Mr. Cameron must have witnessed that moment from the orphanage entrance. Ah. Although he himself believed that he had actually witnessed a kidnapping. Furthermore, by this time,
the body double, who had come to meet up with Blaze and Miss Rowland, was already standing behind Mr. Cameron.
Ah, I see. And then the witness of the incident, Mr. Cameron,
was killed by the body double. So, was Mr. Cameron's corpse also carried by the body double?
Yes, that seems likely.
But there wasn't anything at the crime scene that looked like a body double's footprints.
I've already figured out how he accomplished that. There's a piece of evidence that would have made it possible. What did the body double use to move the body without leaving any footprints? His shoes. This is almost certainly how the body double carried Mr. Cameron's corpse. After Mr. Cameron was killed, the president's body double carried him into the middle of the garden. I suspect the body double was wearing the same shoes as the real president at the time. If he made sure to stop precisely on top of the footprints left by the real president.
Ah, since the shoes were the same,
they would look the exact same, yeah.
There would only be one set of footprints left behind, in the snow. I think I've got a pretty good grasp on the SS5 incident now, but there's still one thing I don't get.
What's that?
Why did they need to stage the abduction?
Because Mr. Cameron witnessed the incident. He saw the president at their orphanage. He left behind witness testimony on Miss Crane's answering machine. Even Blaze couldn't make that disappear. Ergo, the body double needed a reason for the president to have been at the orphanage.
And that's why they prepared the fake kidnapping charade.
The people in the fake photo are the body double, and most likely, Patricia Rowland.
The person in the coat is Miss Rowland? What makes you say that?
The two would have had to leave the orphanage in order to take the picture. Just like when you move the body, the double used the real president's footprints.
Ah, so the second set of footprints must have belonged to the person in the coat.
Indeed, we originally believed that those footprints belonged to Cameron's killer. They were size 7 footprints, too small for Blaze's feet. Thus, we can presume that the person playing the part of the kidnapper was Patricia Rowland. Hidden in the shadow of the presidential kidnapping was a presidential assassination. I see. So that's why my old man... Why he what? The old man must have realized that a murder had taken place. After all, he had the kid's drawing.
However, that picture was never presented as evidence.
Your father likely took it from the young witness during the investigation and hid it. He had to have known that Huang was dead. But what if he had revealed that back then? Revealed the death of the president, the backbone of Zhang Fa, it would have caused chaos. And that's why my old man took the secret to his grave. He even took the blame for the kidnapping, knowing that would be the fall of the House of Lang. So this is the truth that Agent Lang's father hid 12 years ago.
And now it's all become clear.
Holy crap, this is crazy, dude. Wow, I can't. Is that really the case, I wonder? Shelley the Killer?
Huh?
What? Who's there? Oh wait, no, I know who it is.
Is that really the case?
Yeah, that hit me. It was like, oh yeah, he's out of prison. That bell, it's... Dogen. Siren Dogen! You, why are you here?
How can you just brazenly show up here? Who do you think you are, pal? I found the conversation most intriguing, and I just, well...
Are you feeling nostalgic about an old murder of yours? You're the one who killed Huang.
Nostalgia? I think not. You were speaking about the person I'm searching for.
You're searching for someone?
I escaped from prison in order to meet with a young acolyte. The one who wore the red raincoat.
The red raincoat?
What? Who is this person? I suspect that it's the same person as the mastermind you are searching for.
But who is that mastermind?
Someone you've been searching for. The one in the red hood.
The red hood?
Don't they seem surprised, Anubis? Yes, they are, my boy. 12 years ago, this young acolyte saved my life.
Oh. What? Oh, okay, we're just...
Certainly, it was I who killed President Huang. However, my life was also targeted on that day. The body double, Blaze, and Patricia all sought to seal my lips. Had I not been reunited with the young acolyte back then, I would have been in danger. But alas, even to this day, I do not know what has become of the young acolyte.
Oh, I was about to say, what do they look like? But then I'm like, oh, he can't see. So your client was indeed the body double, who's the main perpetrator of the crime.
It was a long time ago, but I remember his words even now.
Oh no. There have been countless attempts on my life, not just once or twice, countless! And yet, why must I be the only one to face the danger? When I stand before the people, I garner the same respect as the president does. Tell me, just what is the difference between him and me?
The difference was great. While the voice and style of speech may be the same. One can mimic the body, but the heart cannot be produced.
I suppose his own weaknesses cost him in his quest to become a leader. Now that Rook's gone, I'm in charge. I'm not sure if you're as capable as Rook was. What are you saying? I'm totally the leader now. Perhaps the king and his knight were not so different after all.
The double believed that the president's only weakness was a woman called Amy. To find the woman, he needed the assistance of someone from this country.
So he joined forces with Blaze.
After determining her whereabouts, he simply waited for the right opportunity. chance came with the meeting at the orphanage. Indeed, the director of the orphanage was bribed and brought in as an accomplice.
You must be referring to Patricia Rowland.
Well, given what I've told you, do you realize the whereabouts of the young acolyte now?
And that's why she wanted to pin the crime on him, isn't it? It wasn't this other stuff, it was this. You mean the boy who saved you, but how do you know that he is the mastermind?
That day, the young one caused a fire at the garden of the orphanage.
No way! It is gonna be Isaac Dover's son, isn't it? He's the mastermind to all this? Really? Was he the one in the red? No, maybe? Where is... I don't have his profile anymore. Because, I don't think it's Gustavia's son because, yeah, I don't think it's Gustavia's son. I think it's Dover's. I think that's it. I think, yeah, it's whoever, I don't know what Isaac Dover's son's name is, but I think that's the mastermind.
Ah, you're talking about the kid who started the fire as a prank. A prank? Not at all. On that night 12 years ago, the young acolyte was hiding inside the igloo. It seems he witnessed Patricia and Blaze moving the body from his hiding place. Apparently, he heard them talking during that time. It would seem that they were planning to kill me because I knew the truth. He immediately came to the main hall to tell me that. I learned this about the young acolyte some time later. It seems he was wearing a red raincoat at the time. He led me out of the main hall. And then, the young acolyte said he was going to get rid of our footprints. Ah. So he scattered some lamp oil near the igloo over there. Igloo? No. Like, I know how to say it, but like, it's weird when it's spelled out. Then he boldly set the oil ablaze. Igloo. It's the bear glue, actually. Can you get it right, for the love of God? No way! So he set the fire in order to... All their focus was diverted towards the burning flames. I took the opportunity to escape through the rear exit.
So the boy in the red raincoat is the mastermind behind this case.
Exactly. Is that right, Anubis? Yes, boy. Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, reunited. Reunited? So when did you first meet with him?
That would be 18 years ago, on the 24th.
And this is the IS-7 incident! It is! It is! It's Isaac Dover's son. It has to be.
On the 24th of December.
That's a rather long time ago. Come on, Edgeworth!
On that day, our roles were reversed. I saved the young one's life.
Unless it's Gustavia's son.
There was an unusual snowstorm on that day. The temperature was well below freezing. I took Anubis for a walk in the snow. That's when Anubis noticed something and started running. I followed after him and found a car. I had great difficulty opening the door. It had frozen shut.
Oh, it's both! It's Gustavia's son and Isaac's son.
In the back seat, there are two young children shivering from the cold.
2 children.
Had they remained in the car for an hour longer, they surely would have frozen to death.
Did Gustavia do that? Oh my god.
I brought the 2 of them to a nearby orphanage.
Is there anything about Dogen's story that concerns me? What concerns me is the date, the number of children, the date. The 24th of December, 18 years ago. Are you sure about that?
There's no mistake.
Could that mean... I know. The significance behind that date. What shows the significance of the date when Dogen found the children? It is. Dude, I called that! I'm hype! That day, a sudden incident occurred. A sculptor was murdered. During that incident, 2 young boys went missing. Holy crap, man! The sons of the victim, Isaac Dover, and the culprit, Dane Gustavia. We never did find out where those 2 boys went after the case 18 years ago.
Oh, they were the sons of a victim and a culprit. It all makes sense now.
What makes sense?
One of the youths was bound, so that he could not move. Oh, Mr. Dover did it so that Mr. Gustavia's son couldn't come to the contest venue.
Right, I forgot about that. Indeed, Gustavia was using his own son as a taste tester.
To think that was what transpired. Neither child seemed to recall what had happened.
They lost their memories.
The acolyte told me this when we were reunited 12 years ago. The pair were placed in an extreme situation, on the verge of freezing to death. That trauma led them both to suffer from amnesia. Neither could so much as remember his own name. So they didn't even know that they were the sons of Mr. Dover and Mr. Gustavia.
Indeed, while we cannot say it conclusively, the probability is quite high. However, we still don't have enough information to deduce the mastermind's identity. Dogen, could you please continue your story?
Very well.
Oh, new testimony. Dogen and the Acolyte.
I continued my correspondence with the young acolyte even after entering the prison. Recently, that has all come to an abrupt halt, however. It left me quite concerned. Furthermore, those involved in the crime 12 years ago were drawn into the incident one by one. I grew more and more curious, and so I
Absconded?
absconded briefly from the prison.
Those involved 12 years ago were Patricia Rowland, Blaze the Best, and President Huang's body double.
And Miss Rowland was the warden of Mr. Dogen's prison. I blackmailed the warden. That woman had tried to kill me. Perhaps the good prosecutor has already deduced the reason.
You murdered President Huang. However, the world still believed he was alive if you were able to prove the president was a fake. Both Patricia Rowland and Blaze the Best would have been in danger.
That is correct, and I had heard the proof with my own ears. I'll be waiting in the courtyard of the orphanage at midnight on February 9th. Even if it's just once, I want John to be able to meet you. I'm sorry if I'm being selfish, but I'll be waiting.
Who might you be? My apologies, but I am presently waiting for someone.
I am well aware of that, President Huang. Are you not meeting with your son? However, I do not spill blood needlessly. You may relax. I seek only the president's life.
It can't be. Please wait. I'm just about to meet my son for the first time. I'm sure this will be the first and the last time. Please, at least wait until we are finished.
I had thought the president would beg for his life, but he was of a different sort. Officially, the president had no son. However, he shook his head and said this illegitimate son was his, and he intended to recognize him publicly. Furthermore, he claimed he had already made preparations towards that end. Would that son of his be the boy with the horns over there by any chance? Boy with the horns? Wait, you can see John's horns? There is no need to see them, from the moment I escaped from prison until now. I have been closely lending an ear to your voices.
He said that the president made preparations towards recognizing his son. But the word preparations alone would be insufficient for blackmail. That's it! There was one thing that could prove Huang's words, the will held by the House of Lang. It was also proof of his trust in us. His son's existence would have been revealed to the world.
The name on the recording, the mention of preparations, and the will in Zhang Fa. Together, they suffice to make the warden bow to my words.
With those three pieces of information, one could prove the identity of the double by using John.
The president blocked the first strike of my knife with something soft. As pieces fell atop the snow, I struck once more. This time, the blow proved fatal.
So Dogen cut off the Muzilla doll's horn.
None but I heard his final words. Only myself and that child knew the president's secret son.
Huh. This is interesting, honestly. In other words, you contacted him from prison.
That is correct. A post office box was used. A post office box? It would allow
one to send and receive letters without revealing the recipient's location.
I could not use a form of correspondence that would reveal the acolyte's location. There is someone keeping watch over my correspondences, after all.
You must mean the prison warden, Patricia Rowland. Could you be more specific about the nature of your correspondence?
Well, they are mainly moves from my correspondence chess matches. Yeah, there we go. Correspondence chess? If I recall, the person you were playing against...
This might be hard to believe, but Dogen's chess opponent was...
Ah, are you saying he was playing against Mr. Knightley? Wasn't it Horace Knightley?
We certainly found the correspondence chess memo in Knightley's cell. Yeah, but that was just Patricia faking it, though.
Does that mean Knightley Boy was the kid from the I-7 incident?
Could that really be true? Is there any evidence connecting Knightley to the IS-7 incident? The ring! Oh!
Oh! He's Isaac Dover's son.
So the mastermind is Gustavia's son?
Because that's the Pierre Huquette ring, isn't it?
This was all Knightley left behind. Could there be a clue hidden within? Should I investigate? The ring or the chessboard? The ring, of course. The ring is...
Mr. Redworth, what is it?
Mr. Shields, please take a look at this ring.
This pattern is... It's Pierre Huquette's!
I thought so. He had Mr. Dover's seal turned into a ring. However, why would he have this? Shouldn't have been held by the police as evidence from the IS-7 incident.
After the incident, the seal was returned to the victim's next of kin. Mr. Dover's only family was his son. But since no one knew where the son had gone to, it took a while to get it to him. I heard that the police had finally found him and delivered his inheritance, but...
So the seal was thereby safely delivered to his son, and then he turned the seal into a ring and wore it on his person.
Oh, so he...
So, Mr. Knightley was Mr. Dover's son?
The police aren't fools. I'm sure they did a thorough check before handing over the seal.
If somebody involved in the I-7 incident was his chess opponent...
Knightley, huh? And that man must be the mastermind behind this case.
But Knightley is dead. He cannot be involved in this incident.
How about that? The only one who could be the mastermind was himself, a murder victim.
But a dead guy can't be the culprit, so there's no way that's right.
It certainly is strange. In that case, who is the culprit?
Come on, order deduction.
You absconded briefly from the prison. I cannot forgive such a criminal act.
You stole your way out of your prison? I can't forgive such a thieving act. Relax, no one was hurt. I merely have connections that allow me to set foot outside. But even so, you can't just escape from prison, pal. Arrest him! Arrest him! That won't be necessary. Once my business is done, I shall return to my cell.
You trying to make fools out of us? A prison isn't the kind of place you can just enter and leave at will.
The wolf may say that. But one can see the wolf and his pack are also sharing interest in the tales of my past.
Agent Lang, Detective Gumshoe, there are still a few things I must ask Dogen. Please postpone matters until then.
Yes, sir. I knew you'd say that, Mr. Redworth.
Damn it all. And I'm not taking my eye off you for a second.
Writing letters in Braille can be rather enjoyable pastime.
Could he read Braille? Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm certain you said you wrote your letters in Braille.
Correct. The good prosecutor must know that I am lacking in sight, do you not?
The correspondence check letter we found had been typed out using a word processor.
What? That cannot be.
What do you mean?
So, someone went out of their way to retype the letters on a computer?
Could another person have acted as a middleman between Dogen and Knightley? Or was Knightley never the recipient and we thought that was it? It was actually Gustavia's son the entire time.
What do you mean?
Dogen wrote his letters in Braille, however, by the time it reached Knightley, it had been rewritten on a word processor. We must assume that some middleman rewrote those letters. And the reverse can also be said. That same somebody might have taken the letters Knightley wrote and redelivered them to Dogen. Yes, that is indeed true. Knightley and Dogen both communicated through a certain individual. Dogen, were the letters that reached you?
They were in Braille, of course.
So Nightly Boy's letters must have been transposed by that same person as well.
Oh, then that somebody must be...
The mastermind behind the case.
You're saying there's someone else who's the mastermind behind this case? Then who the hell is it?
Dova's son Knightley is already deceased. In that case, there's one more youth that we should consider to be the mastermind.
You mean Dane Gustavia's son? But who the heck is he?
If Knightley is Dova's son, then Gustavia's son must be...
Oh! It was Rook? And Rook is still alive? Question mark?
We never found the body, did we?
Was it all a setup? Oh my god.
Well, we're the only friends either of us has had since childhood. He was the same as me. We never had real families. It can't be. Could it? Could it really be him?
Mr. Edgeworth, what is it? You got all pale.
I figured it out. The identity of the mastermind has been controlling this case from the shadows.
What? Who in the world is it?
I don't want to believe it myself, but it is someone we know quite well. The mastermind is...
What? I didn't think that would actually work. What? What? Oh my god. This game is insane.
The mastermind behind this case sent a letter to Jill Crane, which deceived Blaze. Furthermore, he kidnapped John and eavesdropped on us. However, of all his actions, the one I have not been able to get out of my mind is how he brought an unconscious Kay to the roof. The giant monster.
Huh? Did you just say so?
Oh, that makes sense. He brought it up with the...
Did you just say something?
That's right. The key to exposing the mastermind is in the monster's true form.
I almost forgot. If you'd like, please come to our next show. I'll also be performing in it.
The Berry Big Circus is always fabulous and fun for all ages.
Miss Swift, there's something I would like to ask of you.
What? You mean me?
You said that you recorded the sound of Mozilla spewing flames. Would this decisive evidence of yours be something you recorded on that tape recorder?
That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. You're good at figuring things out, aren't you? It's the sound of Mozilla spewing out fire. This place nearly became a sea of flames. That's right. I ain't actually seen it with my own eyes, though.
Could you let us listen to the tape?
Sure thing.
There we go. This sound, as I thought. So it seems that my reasoning was correct. The true nature of the monster and the mastermind. All of my logic is coming together. Miss Hart, you said that you captured a giant eye on film, did you not?
Sure did. Right here in this photo.
But we cannot confirm it like this. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Lend us your film analysis device.
Okay, but what do you want to analyze, sir?
This photo, please.
I'm on it.
Is there a new clue in this photo?
Boom!
This is... See? Ain't Mozilla's eye right where I said it would be?
I see. I have finally grasped the true form of the giant monster that was being controlled by the mastermind.
Giant monster? Are you admitting it? You are, ain't you? You're admitting that the mighty Mozilla is real.
No, this is not Mozilla. This is the eye of a different monster. Please have a look at this.
It's the lion. Or the... yeah.
It's a flyer for the Very Big Circus. This is...
Precisely. There is a rather large balloon with the head of a lion pictured here. This balloon is the true identity of the giant monster. In addition, the sound Miss Swift recorded, which she believes to be Muzilla's spewing flames.
Mr. Prosecutor, don't tell me. You're gonna say something that'll shatter my dreams of a scoop. Hot air balloons fly using burners to heat up the air, right, sir?
Precisely. Detective, the mastermind used this monster of his to bring Kay to the rooftop of the Grand Tower without using the elevator.
Wouldn't that mean that the mastermind is someone connected to the circus?
He's a member of the circus, Knightley's friend, and Dane Gustavia's son. Well, who'd have thunk it?
An apprentice beast tamer? Huh. He's no amateur. Oh my god, this game is insane, dude! For the beast he has tamed is none other than this entire case. Simon Keyes! He is the mastermind behind this whole incident.
Mr. Keyes? Was really behind it all? No way. I don't believe it. I mean, we trusted him. How could it all have been a lie? That's just heartbreaking.
Kay. What is it?
Hey, you! Stop! Where do you think you're going? The boy with horns is rather perceptive. The good prosecutor has done a remarkable job. Now that I have heard that, I have no further business here.
What? Wait, Dogen! Get it off!
Damn it, where'd he vanish to?
Mr. Edgeworth, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. However...
That guy.
John?
That Dogen guy. He's the one who killed my dad, right?
There's no question more difficult to answer, however... There's no use in denying the truth. Yes, John, you're correct.
He'll pay for this. I swear he's gonna pay. I'll make him pay myself. John, you mustn't finish that thought. Prosecutor Edgeworth, please pay us no mind.
Sir, I put an ABP on Dogen. All available police units will be searching for him. You heard the man, kid. I don't mean to be heartless, but we need to hurry too. So, Mr. Prosecutor, where's the mastermind right now?
Agent Lang is right. Our top priority right now should be catching the mastermind. He said he would be practicing. He is most likely at the Very Big Circus tent. But first, Agent Lang, I have a request.
A request? What is it?
Now that we've identified the giant monster, our next order of business is to capture it. The moment we arrived at the tent, I need you to locate the specific item post-haste. And Detective, I ask that you perform a follow-up investigation on the kidnapping incident.
Roger that, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth, I want to help out too.
In that case, he'll be in charge of calling for backup. If he is truly the mastermind, we may require assistance from a certain someone. I met him so many times, yet his facade always fooled me into sympathy. He may have gotten the better of me in the past, but this time, I'll settle it once and for all. No! 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 Oh, you can't end it there! Oh, it's so good! God dang it! I want to keep playing. I really want to keep playing. Oh, you're even.
Oh, well, I hate to do this, guys. We're gonna end today's episode here for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Stick around to see more of this awesome game. We'll be playing it till the end. Now we're just, we're on the final episode. I don't like this game. I'm gonna quit it. Oh my god, guys, this game is so good. I can't. Oh, I love it so much. Oh, dude, this case, my mind is just literally, I have no words. I need to leave. I need to process this. I'm going to play this in like an hour, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.